$6,000 spears. Less than half of what I'd hoped for.
6,000 will not be enough to break the lines of Mordor.
I take my leave.
Of army would linger in such a place.
One that is cursed. Long ago, the men of the mountain swore an oath to the last king of Gondor to come to his aid, to fight. But when the time came, when Gondor's need was dire, they fled, vanishing into the darkness of the mountain. And so Isildur cursed them, never to rest, until they had fulfilled their pledge. The way is shut. It was made by those who are dead.
LEGO Lord of the Rings walkthrough for Wiki Game Guides and Spacetopgames.com, and this is the Paths of the Dead level in the movie The Return of the King. And this level is where Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas go through the mountains in search of those humans that betrayed the King of Old and were sentenced forever or cursed forever into a living death where they can't pass from this life, and there are all these horror ghosts, and anyone who enters the mountains never leaves, and that kind of thing. So when you go through this cave here, you will see on the ground this mist, and the mist for the most part is just a cool effect, but every now and then there will be these mounds that you see here, where they're kind of geysers of mist, I guess you could say, and they're gonna spit out bad guys, which can of course only be killed by Aragorn, usually, although Legolas and Gimli can get them sometimes. And you will also maybe be caught by the mist if you walk in the wrong spots. And if that happens, just rapidly tap X. And if you don't rapidly tap X, the worst that will happen to you is you'll die, and if you die, you just respawn anyway. Then you're also going to need to destroy these Morgoth pillar things. I don't know exactly what they're called, but only Aragorn can use his sword to kill them. One is kind of blending in with the rocks there to the left. And once you destroy that one, you can build the staircase into the next area. And there's a part coming up, not for a couple of minutes, but it's still coming up, and it's a little bit confusing and really stupid, and I think it's one of those things that the LEGO people put in, or the Traveler's Tales put in, just to be annoying, because, I don't know, it's really hard to explain how I feel about it, but it's not that hard to figure out once you know what to do. but that's not for a few minutes, as I said. And I just wanted to mention it so I can complain about it now and get that over with. But once you get up here, you're going to want to use Gimli to get into that small crawl space, and then Legolas to get up to the top to push down this crates where you can build the skeleton ladder, and then you'll want to destroy that skeleton and watch it fly over Aragorn and laugh at him because he can't get up here. And then use the bar on the wall there to jump over this mist, and you can tell that this mist is gonna try to kill you because it's a little bit more condensed than the other mist is, and it's kind of stupid and pointless, I think, but it does add to that effect. But anyway, once you do get over that, just jump onto the arc that's over this entrance with Gimli and break it down so you can all continue on. Like right there on the top screen with Aragorn, I didn't even see that. And you can kinda, as I said, it's a little bit more dense and it looks kinda like a whirlpool without the whirl. And it's here, there's one on the left and one on the right, and I don't know, I just think it was kinda pointless to put that in. Anyway, shoot the 2 targets of Legolas, build a bridge that appears, walk on over, and come into the next room, which is right before the annoying one. And I'm not really thinking of anything to narrate right now because it's more of the same once again. Which someone was asking me, if you keep saying it's more of the same, does that mean LEGO games are repetitive? And I could just say, yes, LEGO games are repetitive, but they mask it enough to where you don't care and you actually want to keep playing. And I guess you could say that about any video game, really. Because I guess the only pure, true way for a game to not be repetitive would be for it to be a shooter and an RPG and an MMO and a strategy all in one game, but to mix all of that and do it well and not have people complain would be nearly impossible, I think. So yes, for the most part, LEGO games are actually repetitive, but as I said, they're just so much fun you really don't care. And there's a mini kit there if you want to get it, and you probably should because it's just right in the open. Okay, so this will be the room that I was complaining about a few minutes ago. And once you break open that wall with Gimli, you will notice it's slightly bigger, but that doesn't really mean much. First thing to do is to push this statue over once you break open the base, and you'll notice this tightrope here that you will have to throw Gimli over. Yes, you have to throw him over the tightrope into Legolas. And this is especially difficult in co-op if there's that stupid split in the screen because the aimer blocks itself. So I would recommend one of you dropping out if you play on co-op. Throw Gimli over and then he'll be able to break open this platform. And I really think that was just completely pointless, and I am 100% sure the developers did that just to annoy you, because there was no real reason to have that be that weird. It's not difficult, but it took my brother and I a couple of minutes to figure out we're supposed to throw this stupid dwarf.
Who enters my domain?
One who will have your allegiance.
And now is when you fight whoever this guy is, and every now and then a couple of the ghosts will come from the audience, and you'll just have to swipe them with your sword as Aragorn or shoot him with Legolas. And I did find it weird that Legolas was actually able to hurt these guys, because in the movie he sure couldn't, in the book he sure couldn't, but I guess it wouldn't be fair, I don't know. It is a LEGO game, so it really doesn't matter, and I should just be happy with how much this game actually has followed the movies, and even added in scenes from the extended editions. Anyway, to fight this boss, you're going to need to build the platforms that appear in the middle of the room, and this will be the one of, I think, 3 sets of platforms. And once you get onto the platform, you will have to wait for the ghost to come down to attack you, and once he does that, you just hit him a couple of times until he decides to destroy the current platform you're on, and then you just do it again until you beat the level. So here's the first time when he comes down to meet you, here's the second time, and of course you have to hit him with Aragorn. And there's the third time, and then he flies away again, sends in a bunch of skulls which destroy the platform, and also conveniently creates new ones. For this one, there are two separate ones you have to step on. I mean, they're connected, but you could say they're 2 separate platforms, and that just means you have to walk a little bit farther to get him to be hittable. And once again, hit him 3 times. You will fly over to the door and send out more skulls, which will knock over this platform. And this time you'll have to build 4 platforms, and this one is actually a little bit annoying because the platforms are a little bit taller than the other ones, and you'll have to chase him around. So of course, first thing is just build all 4 platforms, and then wait for him to stop moving, jump onto the platform that he stops moving at, and hit him there. Do that, I believe, 3 or 4 times, because he will destroy the platform every time you hit him, and once you defeat him, then you will beat this level.